look straight up at YouTube like
Hey, good morning, everyone. It's almost 8 a.m. here in Oklahoma. And I was having a very interesting conversation with someone who knows Dawn, Candace, and Grandis. I don't want anyone giving her any hell about anything. She has a story to tell. And look at that, YouTube doing their job. Look at that. Mom there. YouTube actually notified me today. They have one job to do. Good morning, Janaka. Good morning, Poppy. Grasshopper, good morning. You don't have a present if you didn't have a past, okay? So whatever happened in this situation, I can tell you is not her fault, okay? It's just more of the Wells and their disgusting behavior. Let's take a second and tell everyone good morning. All right, I'm going to have to put something up over the screen so I can protect this person's identity. I'm going to do it just like this and bring her up. Without further ado, please welcome our guest.
Hey everyone.
Oh,
Let me turn this off so it ain't in the background.
no, you are just fine. So good morning to you. Good morning, Jean. Good morning, True Crime Beat. Can somebody put in Discord and on Facebook that we're all live now? So let's start from the beginning, okay? Now, this is a very humbling story to tell. When did you meet Dawn Wells and how?
Did I meet Don Wells and how? I met Don Wells, I think it was in 90. God, girl, that was years ago. So it was somewhere in 1990, maybe 97, 98. Anyway.
Okay, 97, 98, and he was with, I'm going to assume, Pamela Wells at the time?
Yes, ma'am.
And how exactly did you come across these people?
Well, I met them through Pamela Wells' daughter, Pam.
Damn these people. Everyone's got the same.
Oh my God, that's a scary picture, Brooks.
Okay. All right. Well, that's Pamela Wells. Okay.
Yes, that is a scary picture of her. She looks like she's like way old. Okay. Oh my God.
Okay. Susan wants to know who's on panel. It is anonymous because this is someone that's trying to protect their identity because they are friends, not friends now. They know the Wells. Okay, so okay, yeah, that's a scary picture. I'll put something up else in a second. How did you come across these people?
Well, I knew when I moved to Fayetteville, Arkansas, I met a whole lot of people. I met Pamela Wells' daughter, Pam. She introduced me to her mom and her stepdad. Which I wish to God that I would have never even remotely knew these people at all. At all.
Okay, so where did you meet Pamela Wells' daughter, Pam?
I think I met her up at a church. We were all eating, and I think that's how I met her daughter. But Pam and Donnie wasn't with her at the time.
Okay. And about how old was Pamela Wells' daughter? And I didn't realize that Don Wells was Pamela Wells Jr.'s stepfather.
Pam was probably somewhere in her early 20s.
And Pam and Don have children together, correct?
Yes, they have 2 children.
Okay, so Don the third and Margie, correct?
Yes.
Amazing. All right, so after you met Pam's daughter at church, and you were introduced to her mom, Pam, and Dawn, how did things shake out after that?
Well, I never really had much to say to Dawn. I would sit and talk to Pam all the time, and me and Pam would have good conversations. And the more I got to know Pam, she would tell me things that would happen over at the house with Margie. He was doing this sick stuff to Margie, and she said that she had to keep a close eye on Margie.
Now, hold on. What kind of sick stuff?
He would molest her, like fondle her, stuff like that.
Okay. God. Okay. Not out of the realm of reality, but it really hits home. So what did you say when Pamela Wells said that to you, that she has to keep an eye on Margie?
Well, I told her I didn't blame her if that was going on, But in my opinion, she should have took that and she should have had him turned in and had him arrested for that. I never could figure out why she did not have him arrested for that if she was going to go around telling people that. And she knew for a fact that that was going on.
Okay. I do know Pamela Wells spoke to somebody else on Facebook Messenger, beep, 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 boop, boop, boop.
Yeah.
And supposedly Don Wells, as in Summer's father, taught his son how to give fellatio.
Oh, I don't know nothing about all that, but
Just some things that she said. So, did you encourage her to call the police?
at one point in time, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Because you know what? To me, I felt that Margie was in danger.
Yes.
And I felt that it should have been turned in to begin with to protect Margie. Okay. Margie had been questioned by other people. She came out to YouTube. She was talking about this. And then it was like a whole different man that supposedly had done that to her as a child. Okay. And for Don Wells to sit up on a platform and say, hey, you know what? My daughter is taking it like a champ. This happened to my daughter, but she's taking it like a champ. Brooks, nobody takes that like a champ. Okay?
No.
Nobody that's ever been
question is
in that situation would ever in their life take that like a champ. No woman.
No. Especially not on their 18th birthday. Good morning, Miss Kay. So glad you guys are here. Boy, I tell you what, this is what happens when your old buddy Brooks jumps in and surprises everybody with a surprise guest. So, I spoke to Dawn about that. I said, it's a very bad look when you say that your daughter turned 18 and she was raped by some dude, but she sucked it up, didn't cause no problems for no one, and then took it like a champ. The question is, and it's a question that everyone in here can answer. I guarantee you can. What father, for one, wouldn't have a nice party for his daughter's 18th birthday? Someone's got plans that day. Okay? 18 years old. That is quite a milestone. Okay? I could even tell you about my kids' 18th birthday parties. Hell, it embarrassed them after the age of 16, but it still continued. To have your child assaulted, it would be a 911 situation. That's the reason I am wondering the way that he brags about Margie taking it like a champ. Was there really a kid there doing that to her? Horrible, horrible, horrible things? Or was it him?
I have no idea. All I know is whenever Pam, and she would tell certain people this, she wouldn't go blabbing it all over town, but she would tell certain people that she would get close to that Don would be doing this to his own daughter, and it was disgusting. And I couldn't figure out why she wasn't turning this in to the police. Because if it was my daughter, that man would have been sitting behind bars for a very, very long. He wouldn't have even seen daylight.
Okay.
Period.
And I'm just really confused. I mean, I get people on the outside not believing them, not know what's going on. They've got their own stuff going on. I mean, I kind of get it. I just wonder why Pam didn't protect her own child.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's normal for a mother to protect your child. It's like a bear with her cubs.
Mm-hmm.
Her cubs is not, they're little. They're defenseless, kind of defenseless. The mother bear teaches her child how to fend for itself. And then once it gets older, it goes on her own. But when you mess with a mother's children, that's a whole different ball game, Even our children, we teach our children things. We teach our children how to stay away from evil stuff out here,
Yeah.
You have to protect your children at all costs. At all costs.
Now let's talk about, okay, so you met Pam, Wells' daughter, Pam. Then you met Dawn and Pam. Okay.
Yes.
Now, when did you meet Candace? Was it before or after you met Dawn and Pam?
No, that was years after I had met Don and Pam.
Okay.
I did not like Don. I didn't care for that man. But as far as him ever coming on to me, ever bothering me, anything like that, no, that did not happen. That man has never bothered me. He's never tried to hurt me or anything like that. I just avoided that man like the plague.
Okay, now how many children do you have?
I have 6 children.
Okay. How many people lived in the shed at Dawn and Pam's house?
But my other children were off somewhere else. The baby that I had, he was a baby. He was newborn. Okay.
Okay.
When I got released from the hospital, they released me to a friend's house while she wound up throwing me and the guy out. So we went down to talk to Pam to see where we could be with the child, you know. And Pam told me, she said, you know, you got this house right here. No, as a matter of fact, I think Francis had talked to her, and we were all sitting out on the porch talking. And Francis told Pam that me and the baby's daddy needed a place to go. Pam said that we could stay in the shed with Francis and Greg and the 2 children back there. So that's what we did.
Okay, who is Francis and Greg, and how many children do they have? And by the way, it's not Greg, my husband.
No, it's not Brooks's husband. Hell no. Mm-mm.
No, he doesn't know anyone named Francis. So who are Greg and Francis?
Okay, Francis is Pam Wells' daughter. Okay.
Okay. And who is Greg?
Greg is an ex-husband of Francis's.
Okay, and they were living in the...
Greg is the boogeyman. Greg is who they called the boogeyman. Okay?
Mhm.
If you look it up on Google, there's a whole deal out there where he was going around wearing a mask, scaring all these little children. And eventually he wound up in jail for molesting other children that was in the home that he was in. And I don't remember exactly how many years he got. He got a very long time for that. A very long time. And in my opinion, that man should never be released from prison. Never.
No. Okay, so you were in the shed with Greg and Francis and their children and your newborn.
Yes.
Okay, so what was in the shed exactly? Was there a place to sleep? Was there a place to go to the bathroom?
Yeah, I mean, well, the bathroom was in the house that Pam and Donnie and the 2 older children were living in, you know.
Okay.
Because there was no bathroom facility in there. And from what I understood, Don was trying to he does a lot of like sheetrock and stuff like that, remodeling sheetrock, stuff like that. So therefore, he was trying to make the shed into an apartment type thing for Greg and Francis and the children.
Mm-hmm.
And see, I knew nothing about Greg being like this weirdo. You know, nobody said anything about Greg being a weirdo or anything like that, you know, because I would have never put my children back there with that man if he was like that. So I didn't know, and people has come at me in the wrong way, you know, because I didn't know Greg was like that, you know. So, and when my child was taken, it was like all 3 children were taken at the same time.
From the
You know, they blamed me for Greg and Francis's children getting taken. They already had a DHS case open.
Okay, I got that. Okay, so from the shed, all the children were taken. From there, where did you go?
I went back out to the streets.
Ooh, okay.
Once my child was taken away from me, ripped away from me like that, you know, till this day, I can honestly say, to this day, that still bothers me. You know, and I've had people come at me like, oh, well, you were up into this trafficking stuff with Donnie and Candace. You don't even know these people. How are you going to sit there and say that?
Okay, so that's a question that I have. What child was trafficked? Because there's a lot.
I don't know. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Because you know what? My child was not trafficked.
Mm-hmm. No, your child was adopted, right?
My child was adopted out, yes.
Let me answer this. We're live right now. Ilyanka, my comments are getting blocked too. YouTube is full of assholes, okay? All right? I mean, I'm trying to tell Chrissy hi, and it keeps saying I'm spamming people, okay? So we go back a couple years ago when they were in Springdale, Arkansas, and Candace was like, you want me to get the boogeyman? You want me to get the boogeyman? You want me to get the boogeyman? And so you're telling me that this guy is the boogeyman, and that really creeps me out. So, okay, so.
Well, she wouldn't be able to get the boogeyman because the boogeyman is locked up in prison.
Mm-hmm.
Unless Donnie is going around saying he's the boogeyman too. Is he the boogeyman too? Is he part of that boogeyman thing?
Hang on, I've got breaking news. Look at this. We have had a psychological breakthrough. Oh my goodness. This just in from the CLE. Ilyanka, I thought so, Brooks. You and yours all know me. I'm an asshole. Oh my gosh. No one knew that, Ilyanka. Oh my gosh. You seemed as hinged as me. Oh my gosh. I did not know that. Oh, you can be an asshole, Ilyanka? I love you. I love your spice. You are my salt and pepper. Yes. Okay, so when you met Candace at the homeless shelter, what did you all talk about?
Oh, we just talked about different things, how life was going and stuff like that. You know, she didn't tell me about her having any children or anything like that. She never said anything about her kids. She never even brought her children up whatsoever. You know,
did you know that her children...
We talked about things in general, you know, I mean...
Now, this is going to sound very, very rude, and I don't mean it that way. How can someone be in a homeless shelter and talk about how life is going? And again, I'm not being an asshole. I just have a serious question. It's like...
Girl, I have no idea. They just carry on all kinds of conversations at a homeless shelter.
Tell you what.
You know, I mean, being in a homeless shelter is different. You know, people look at you different. They look at you like you're scum on the ground, okay?
Well, don't.
Because you have nothing.
Don't.
And it's true, Brooks.
Well,
it is very true.
Well, don't tell them. Why are you telling people your business? Okay, hold on. We have to wish Sassy Girl. You all wouldn't believe it. She is 29 years old today.
It's your birthday
Oh,
today.
happy birthday.
It's your birthday today. There's a cat licking your birthday cake. It's your birthday today. It's your birthday today. It's your birthday today. There's a cat licking your birthday cake. It's your birthday today.
Happy birthday, Sassy. We love you so much. Thank you for spending your birthday with us, because this is a very important conversation. Okay, so you're just talking about how life's treating you at the shelter. Okay. Now, she didn't mention her children in Wisconsin. When did she get pregnant?
She got pregnant probably in 2006. She had that baby that she had in Arkansas that was that was taken away due to drugs. Okay. I don't believe that baby was adopted out. I know for a fact that baby was born addicted to drugs. And that's why that baby was taken. Now, Candace can sit and lie, and Donnie can sit and lie all he wants. But Candace knows herself that baby was taken because it was addicted to drugs when it was born.
Do you have any idea what kind of street corner pharmacy she was on?
Probably everything.
Okay.
From drugs to alcohol to God no telling what.
Well, I mean, now in Arkansas, if a baby is born addicted to drugs, both the man and the woman face a felony.
Yes.
Okay, so
if your child is born to drugs, you shouldn't even be putting stuff like that in your system when you're pregnant anyway. Period. What is the whole point in using drugs while you're pregnant? You have a living human being inside of you that you are affecting with God no telling what chemical there is. Now, I don't know what that stuff is made of, and I don't give a damn. It is a bad chemical. You can walk outside and go to the store and see all these people that are stuck on drugs, and they look silly. Have you ever seen somebody drugged up? They look silly.
No.
They chew on their tongues.
Yeah, I don't.
There's something wrong with these people when they start chewing on their tongues and they start talking out of their head.
I guarantee they do, but I've never seen it. I'm sorry, I haven't. So when you left the homeless shelter, where did you go?
When I left the homeless shelter, I had gotten me an apartment. I was fighting through DHS to get my child.
Okay. And then the other 5 were with other families, I'm assuming.
Yeah. They were with one family,
Okay. So,
which I'm not even going to go into that because that's my business. It's not for everybody out here on YouTube.
No, it has nothing to do with you. I'm just asking a question. I'm trying to get a timeline together. So when did Dawn and Candace meet and how?
Dawn and Candace met through, I do believe, that it was Pamela Wells' daughter, Pam, that introduced them. And I think that's how Candace and Donnie knew each other. Donnie and Candace met up. They were sitting out on the porch. They were making out on the porch. Pam come out and caught them. She brought Donnie a hot cup of coffee, threw it on him, told him, get that fucking bitch out of here. Take that bitch when you go. Get out. Take that bitch when you go. Everybody in Fayetteville that knew the Wells knew all that.
Okay. Okay.
You know?
So she threw hot coffee on him. Now, I mean, the issue is, I want to know what really got Pam upset.
I don't know. I wasn't there whenever all that came down.
I know, but you heard about it because
I heard about it, yes.
she's got people living in her shed. How was the plumbing?
I don't think anybody was living in the shed whenever all of that happened between Donnie and Pam and Candace.
Okay. And
Except for maybe Greg and Francis. You know, I wasn't over there.
no,
Because whenever I left that property, I left. I didn't go back to that property.
no, I understand that. What I'm saying,
Those people aren't important. What is important is to find answers to what happened to this baby. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
This stuff happened years ago. This is 4 years ago. You know, 4 years ago, well, almost 5 years ago. That these people did what they did to this child, whatever they did to this child, whether they removed that child from the property themselves, there is not no child that's going to come and messing out of the basement, Brooks. No child is just going to poof, vanish up out of a basement. I'm sorry, I don't believe that. There had to have been somebody inside that basement when that baby come up missing.
Okay, we're not going to speculate on Summer's case. I want more of the history about Dawn, Candace, and Pam. Okay, so you leave the homeless shelter and you got an apartment, correct?
Yes. I left the homeless shelter. I got an apartment.
All right, and then where did
I
Candace?
fought for my child, and I lost custody of my child because when I went to the judge told me, okay, I had to have a 2-bedroom apartment.
Mhm.
When I went back up to housing, they refused to give me any paperwork, anything like that, to get the 2-bedroom apartment. I explained the whole situation to them, and I told them, the judge said, I have to have a 2-bedroom apartment. Okay?
Mhm.
The very next day, this judge terminates my rights, doesn't even give me a chance to get a 2-bedroom apartment.
Okay, and I totally understand that. So, which is horrible.
And I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to let people out here on YouTube judge me because they don't even know me.
No, we're just talking about Dawn and Pam and Candace. This is about Summer, okay? I mean, if you want a show just all about you, we can do a separate show.
No, we're fine right here. We're fine right here.
Okay, we're doing fine. Okay, so remember.
But I'm not going to sit here and watch this chat. And these people don't even know me. And they're sitting here judging me.
Okay, everyone, please be kind. We're talking about Summer Wells here.
You want to judge me? Come up here on this platform.
Ooh, boy. Okay.
Period.
Okay. Okay, so let's talk about this.
Now, I know the Wells, and I know what kind of nasty people they are.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, they are very nasty. Yes, ma'am. They are into drugs. They are into alcohol. They're into no telling what. Okay? They have done nothing but abused, unused children. Period.
Now, what I want
They use people. Hold up, Brooke. They even moved homeless people into their home. They had tents in their yards. They would go out to the churches. Like I told you, they would go to the churches and they would find homeless families with children to move into their home. That's the type of people these people are.
And how do they find these homeless families to put in their sheds?
They would go to the churches and they would pick out these people. If they seen people with children, they would invite them to come stay with them. Just like Pam, she claimed that she had 18 children. She ain't adopted no 18 children. No, ma'am. Those children come off the streets. That's where those children came from, was off the streets. Everywhere these wells would live, they would have sheds in their yard. Yes, they would have sheds in the yard. Okay? And I'm not going to mention any names out here on YouTube, but I was told not long ago that, man, Brooks was talking about the sheds earlier, and these people that knew the wells, I just recently discovered that they moved out of Fayetteville to some other area, and they have different sheds in their yard. Well, watching Summer's case, watching the wells, knowing that these people have sheds and stuff like that all in their yards everywhere they go, it makes you stop and wonder what's really going on. What is really going on? Why do these people have sheds?
Well, you know why.
Why does Donnie have sheds in his yard?
You know why? Because you lived in a shed with them. You know why?
Yeah. Because they want to keep children in those sheds.
Yeah, I can ask the question. You can't because you know the answer because you live there.
They want to keep somebody with children in those sheds. They wouldn't have gave a damn if their own kids lived in a shed.
Okay, let's go to, and I'm gonna go back again. Okay, let's go to June 15th, 2021. Don said the first thing he checked was the shed.
That's what he said.
I'm sure you have a good idea why. Why would the shed be important?
The shed is important to him. I don't know what it is about that shed. I really don't. But the shed, everywhere they have lived, there has been a shed in their yard. And that is the honest to God's truth, Brooks. Everywhere that they've lived, they've had sheds. Him and Pam. Now, Candace, they moved out there to Tennessee. You see all kinds of pictures, videos, people driving by, videoing these sheds out in the yard at the bottom of the hill. You can plainly see it on video.
All right. So what was it like when you lived in the shed in Arkansas with your newborn?
It was horrible.
Okay.
And to be honest with you, I felt very uncomfortable. It wasn't a comfortable feeling at all.
And again, where did you see?
I've seen drug busts go on over there at that house. Literally seen the police pull over a girl in Don Wells' yard to pull her out of her car to search her car. Yes, ma'am.
Helen, someone, thank you so much for the super sticker. Oh my goodness, your old buddy Brooks needed that for sure. Okay, so we have an anonymous guest up here right now and that knows the wells. Was there lighting in the shed? This really has nothing to do with you. I'm just asking about the condition.
Was there lighting in the shed? Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
There was one light bulb, and it was an electric deal running out to the shed. Like one of those cords that you can run out to the shed, and you can like screw one of the light bulbs in. That was the only lighting in that shed. The only light that was in that shed. There was no other light bulbs.
Okay, did the toilet in there flush?
Well, the toilet, like I said, was in the house part. The shower, the toilet.
Well,
He was trying to convert
okay.
the shed into an apartment, but I guess he couldn't get all that plumbing or whatever done out there in that shed because he was trying to convert that into an apartment thing for Greg and Francis and those children to live in.
Do you know?
And that was from what my understanding was.
Okay. So I want to know what they charged or traded for the shed.
I have no idea.
Okay. Because no one just tells you you can move into my shed. I'm converting to.
Well, they didn't say anything to me about paying anything back there,
Okay. I don't really let people into my house. So I'm really curious as to what Dawn and Pam were doing at the time.
I'm telling you, girl, I have seen a woman pulled over. The police pulled this woman over in Don Wells' driveway. Don Wells had drug addicts that would come up to his house and they would sell drugs and stuff. They would all trade drugs. There were men. There was a man that slept up on the top of the roof, and I can't even remember that man's name. And whenever all that stuff with those kids come down and being taken away, that man, poof, he up and vanished. 2 weeks later, the police is up at a church talking to another man about, because Francis would take the children up there to the church and supposed to have left these children with this man that he said that didn't even molest them, But, it was like a whole big deal. This man went to prison. Well, he said that he didn't do it.
Now, this man, I need his name. I don't want to hear it. I don't.
Austin Johnson.
Oh, I thought he was with Candace at the homeless shelter.
No. He didn't. I don't think that man even dated Candace.
Okay. I thought that
there was a man that would drive around the homeless shelter, asking where Candace was. If he couldn't find her there, he would just move on and go somewhere else. I don't know where that man went. I don't know whatever happened to that man. But I do know that when Candace showed up in Fayetteville, Arkansas, she showed up with Joe John. His name is John Bigsby or Brigsby, whatever it was. ICU has his name. But anyway, she showed up with him. And she lived out in the woods with him for a long time.
In the woods. Okay. Yeah, she's very
awesome. And then Joe John eventually got his own home. He moved Candace up there with him. And some other girl. Well, Candace wound up leaving. This man wound up dying. He had fentanyl patches. They said when his own sister said when they found him, this man had fentanyl patches all over him.
I saw that article in the Democrat Gazette out of Little Rock, and it was ridiculous behavior. I have no idea where they got all of those.
I don't either.
Okay, so let's go.
The girl that lived with Joe John, okay, she went to the Seven Hills. Candace had already vanished.
Hold on, stop. I need you to connect all of this to Summer, Dawn, Candace, and Pam. Okay? Joe John was Candace's boyfriend, correct?
Yes, Joe John was Candace's boyfriend.
Okay, everyone's getting very confused, and I get it. When you know a story, you can tell the story, you can tell your truth, but no one understands. Okay, let's rewind to before Josie was born. Okay, Candace lost a baby to DHS in Arkansas. Who was the baby's father?
I don't know. I always thought it was Joe John. Okay, I always thought it was Joe John. And then I found out it was some black man's baby. I mean, I was confused myself because I didn't keep up with what man Candace was with. All I knew is this man, he was white. He was going around looking for Candace. She'd been up in Bentonville with him. She'd been here and there with him. She was away from Joe John. And then all of a sudden, Joe John got an apartment. Poof, there you go. There's Candace. And I'm just telling you the story. I don't see where it's so confusing. But anyway, maybe it is to y'all because
it's because
y'all didn't see all this go down.
No, because
and hear all this go down.
No, because you know the story and we don't. Okay, so Joe John is out of the picture. Then Candace meets someone else at a homeless shelter. And that's the guy that took her to the Dollar General and bought her all that dollar body spray and got somewhat cleaned up. Then from there, how did she wind up over at Dawn and Pam's house? Was she also allowed to live in the shed, but decided to move into the main house?
I don't know.
Okay.
Because in my opinion, if Donnie's going to hook up with her, okay, he's going to want to move her straight into the house and not say nothing to Pam at all. So therefore, I think that Pam and Donnie both agreed on Candace living inside of the house, period. But I don't think that Pam knew that Donnie and Candace would hook up just like that. I think maybe it took a couple of weeks, a week. I wasn't there whenever all that happened. So therefore, you hear things that goes around, okay? You hear things.
Mm-hmm.
Donnie and Pam are living in one home with 2 children, a girl dating a man that's like older than she is, but that's besides the point.
Let me ask.
No, that ain't besides the point.
Let me ask you a question. Do you find it odd? This is a really important conversation, whether people want to believe it or not. That's fine. Do you find it odd that Clyda Trent and Pamela Wells moved back to Utah around the time that Summer went missing?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Very weird.
Okay. All right. Okay. Those are Clyda's words. Now, when's the last time you talked to Pamela Wells?
I think it was in 2021. And it's the last time I seen Pam. And that's the last time I talked to Pam.
Okay, where did you see her at?
I seen her at one of those churches, Life Source, as a matter of fact.
Light Sources, okay. And that's in where? In Arkansas?
That's in Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Okay, gotcha.
It's one of the church deals,
And how's she doing?
She was doing just fine. She was telling me that she had moved to Utah. She was better off in Utah because they had a trailer here in Fayetteville that they got kicked out of. That was all horrible, gross. Oh, I don't even want to go into that, but anyway.
Okay, so
we moved from Arkansas to Utah. Okay. She lived in Utah since, I guess. And then I guess she would come back and forth because her kids lived here in Arkansas while Margie did. She lived here in Arkansas. It was like, and now supposedly she's not even allowed to have contact with her son in Arkansas. But anyway, that's besides the point. That's their business, their deal.
No, her son lives in Utah. So, exactly how does she get back and forth from Utah to Arkansas?
Drive, I guess.
I mean, there was one major airport, and that's Little Rock in Arkansas. Everybody else flies into Tulsa or St. Louis and gets to where they go, or Memphis.
Girl, I can't tell you how she got back to Arkansas.
Okay. Well, is it true that Pam wrote this whole story for homeless people about how to protect children and bring them to her?
Girl, all I know is they would go to places and gather people that had children and people that didn't have children. They would put them on one side. People that didn't have children, they'd put them on one side of the yard. People that had children, they would bring them into their home. You know, Jody Sue even said that they would bring these homeless people, Donnie and Candace would bring these homeless people to their home, you know.
Yeah.
Even Jody Sue. You know, people want to talk about Jody Sue. Jody Sue seen it all too. You know, it wasn't like people that knew the Wells didn't know that they were bringing all these homeless people home with them. Candace, even when they went to Tennessee, she brought a man that she didn't even know to her house that was homeless.
Mm-hmm.
And let him live there, from what everybody says. Do I know that for a fact? No, ma'am, I don't know that for a fact. But from what I have seen here, these people are lower than scum, okay? And you wish to God, if you knew them, you wish to God that you would have never knew any of these people.
But they were selective at the homeless place. If you don't have,
yes, they were very selective.
You go there.
If the drug addicts, they would bring them home. I'm telling you, the homeless people, the majority of the homeless people that they would get to know, they would bring them home, let them set up tents out in their yard.
Okay.
The people that had families was very few and selective, okay? But they would let them stay in their home. Pam, this is how Pam wound up with 18 children that she claimed that she adopted. She did not adopt those children, period. She brought those homeless people in because they had families, okay? I don't know what happened to these parents, but I do know that these children were teenagers. Most of them were teenagers, some of them weren't. But she would bring these homeless people home, and then she would claim that she adopted these people. You know, and I don't know if it's that the Wells felt sorry for them because they were homeless, they had nowhere to go.
Okay, besides who's on panel, please, can someone ask a question? Because obviously, this is a very scary story. Okay?
It is. It is a very scary story. And it is a true story. I've seen
the articles. I've seen the articles. I mean, I'm not taking your word for it. No offense to you. I'm just saying, I mean, everything you've told me, I have found the articles. I have to do a totally separate show about these people and their background. Okay, so I have a question. Did you ever think to contact the authorities to turn them in?
No, because I knew that the authorities were already watching them.
Okay. All right. Okay.
They were already watching the habits that the Wells had and stuff like that. The drug addicts coming to the house. The police drive down the road. You know, like I said, that girl got pulled over. Her car was searched. You know, and instead of the police going up in the house, searching that whole house, they knew everybody that was there that would pull in there. Yeah, they kept a close eye on the Wells. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I do believe that. Because they know, the police ain't stupid, okay? They knew that the Wells were up into those drugs, okay? They knew that they would go and buy the drugs, bring them home, use them, you know? So that's why I didn't say nothing to the police, because I already knew that they already knew what was going on. I mean, you get somebody, you pull them over, they're already in this yard. They see them continuously in this yard. They know all these people. They know they're all drug addicts. You know, I can honestly say here and say that I'm not a drug addict. I'm not a drunk. And I don't know what it's like to be on all that stuff. But you know what? I would not want... I lived over there at the shed, and it was horrible, and it was a bad experience that if I had to go relive that, I wouldn't even want to relive it.
I don't blame you, especially knowing what you know now. Ilyanka has a question. She wants to know about the shed and the drugs.
Oh yeah, they had all the drugs over there. You know, Greg and Francis, no ma'am, they did not keep drugs out in the shed. They were all contained to that house.
Okay.
Contained to that house.
Okay, when is the last time you talked to Candace?
God, probably about 2 years ago, something like that. 2.5 years ago.
And if you don't mind, what did you two discuss? What was the conversation?
Well, we started off talking about Summer because I wanted to know what happened to Summer. I had found out that Candace was going all over YouTube in these 2 chats claiming that she was going to go out to the woods. She was going to take me out to the woods. She was going to kill me. She was going to cut me up and bury me somewhere. So I told her, I said, bitch, let's go. You know, I went to her with it, you know, and how the whole thing started. I was told that Candace was looking for me. And I think it was because I was up on PG's panel talking to PG, you know. I don't know exactly how it all started, but that's what I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling the story about what happened over there at the Wells. Well, it pissed him off, okay? It literally pissed him off.
No, I understand that. So I know, and you know.
You know, and I think, in my opinion,
okay, so let's talk openly, okay? Candace has accused you and Pamela Wells of trafficking.
Hold on a minute, Brooks. I had to shut that thing off. Anyway, because it was disturbing me over here.
Yeah.
But anyway, because I'm on the phone and on my...
Well, thank goodness.
I've got 2 phones going.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness my husband fixed my ceiling fan. I need a new one. There's one I picked up.
Let me go buy you a new one.
Well,
but anyway, where was I? Yeah, there's just like...
So why is Candace accusing you and Pamela of trafficking children?
She's a fucking liar and she knows it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're talking about Pam Tate. That bitch don't know me from Adam, okay?
No,
Period.
no, not Pam Tate. Candace. Candace, the person.
Because she's a fucking liar.
Okay.
She does that her own damn self, and she knows it, and she's gotten involved with Donnie Wells.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
And Candace, you're a fucking lying bitch.
Okay.
And you know damn good and well that I have never fucking trafficked a goddamn child. I wouldn't even know how to traffic one. So you're a motherfucking liar.
Well, criminals do lie. That's pretty much it. Sorry, I've got like a treatment in my hair right now, so I got to kind of brush it.
I have never never ever trafficked a child.
Well, I would hope
You're a
not.
fucking lying bitch, Candace.
I would hope not. I would hope not. My God.
You're a fucking scumbag bitch that can't even come out here to YouTube. Excuse me, Brooks. This is your panel, and I'm going to have respect for you. But as far as Candace running her damn mouth,
No,
she's nothing but a fucking liar.
No.
Okay?
No.
She's a grown-ass woman that can't even have enough guts to come out to YouTube and talk about her own missing baby, Brooks. Her own missing baby.
Listen, you don't actually have to have respect for me. You have to have respect for yourself. And I agree that you do. And it really goes no further than that, because if you respect yourself, you don't disrespect others.
Exactly. You're right. You're right, Brooks.
Okay, so don't keep telling me I don't want to disrespect your panel. Everyone's fine. They just have a couple of questions. That's pretty much it.
Candace is nothing but a fucking scumbag, lying ass motherfucking bitch that come out here to YouTube that wanted attention because she knew what happened to her baby. Knew what happened to her baby. And want to come out here and lie to people.
Mm-hmm.
Literally sit there and lie to people and play games with people's heads and stuff. You want to tell the truth, Candace? Get your ass out there on that motherfucking platform. You want to talk about your baby? You ain't even got a voice for your own baby, Candace. A voice for your own baby. Everybody else is out here looking for answers, Candace, and you ain't even got enough fucking brains to tell anybody the goddamn truth about what happened to your fucking baby. Really? You don't even have a fucking voice. You can't even tell the damn truth. You got everybody out here, everybody in this fucking world looking for that baby, Candace. Everybody. The police, every fucking buddy. And you ain't even got enough goddamn sense to come out here and tell the motherfucking truth. Stay your ass off of fucking YouTube if you can't tell the goddamn truth about what happened to that baby. I'm sorry, Brooks. I lost my shit.
No.
But you know what?
No.
It's true.
No.
A fucking mother of a baby that's been missing for 5 years. 5 years almost. Everybody, Brooks, has been out here on YouTube. Everybody has questioned those
you are
fucking idiots that are on drunk and on drugs all over YouTube. Don Wells, you're a fucking nasty bastard who comes out here to YouTube talking to their baby like they're your fucking wife. That is your daughter. You ain't even got enough fucking brains to get out here and look for her. You're a fucking piece of shit. And so is Candace. And so is all your motherfucking family. Every motherfucking one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I think that y'all had something to do with that baby coming up missing. And if that baby's dead, and it's like PG said that baby, that woman's been out here. Y'all want to talk about PG? That woman's been out here for years trying to find answers to what happened to that fucking baby. Trying to find out what happened to that baby because she's concerned. Because she loves that baby. Everybody out here on YouTube loves that baby. They want that baby found. There are people out here covering that baby's case that wants to make a different life for themselves. Okay? That's fine. I don't care about the money. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about the drama out here on YouTube about the Wells. All I'm concerned is that baby. And I want to know the fucking answers and the damn truth about what happened to that baby.
Know more about the shed, not about your family and your life. I'm not saying that you are not important. I am not saying that at all. Let's please.
All I don't care what happened in my past. My past is my past.
Okay. Let's take a music break so Brooks can pee. Okay. Pat's getting upset, and I'm going to put her boyfriend on. Just give me a second. Okay, I'm back. I had to piss like a Russian racehorse. My God, that was horrible. Okay, so I think everyone is more concerned about the shed situation as opposed to your life. Are you there, Lisa? Oh,
Yeah, I'm still here.
okay. Thank you, anonymous gift. So I mean, everyone's here for summer, and I mean, I do a lot.
And if you want to know the truth about that fucking shed, they were probably trafficking children out of that shed.
Okay.
Out there on that property, I don't care what shed that they were in, because you know what? You think about that. You know, people, they probably were taking children. When you can take videos and stuff like that and throw them out there, you know, and you got all these people talking about all these sheds and stuff, these people moving children into these sheds, you know, it's like they traffic, and it's horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible.
Well,
and that's probably what they were doing. That's not what I'm saying that they were doing. It was probably what they were trying to do, was traffic children out of these sheds.
Okay.
Think about it.
Well,
You're bringing children into these sheds, okay? You're not bringing these children to live in these sheds. These people were supposedly meeting up with other people to do whatever they were doing. You know, I didn't see the trafficking going on out of that shed that I lived in. No, ma'am.
I would think not. But I mean,
Because I would have turned that into the Publix. I would have been like, no, this is enough. You know, this don't even need to go there. You know.
okay, let's get to facts, not what you think. Okay, facts are Jeannie and Mary said that every time Dawn would do something to them, and we don't have to imagine that, he would run and hide in the shed.
There you go.
Okay, the first thing he checked when he came home was
the shed.
The shed. Okay, you lived in his shed with your son. And
right.
Obviously something happened, because all of the children in there were taken. Did you?
Well, I'm telling you right now, there ain't nothing happened to my child.
Okay.
There ain't nothing happened to my child up in that damn shed.
Okay. Well, I mean, he was living.
That baby stayed with me all the time.
That's what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is.
And I'd be damned if I let some piece of shit ever take my child out of a shed and just go traffic that baby. No, ma'am, that didn't happen.
Okay. No, I
slept for 4 hours. 4 hours, Brooks. 4 hours, because I was so exhausted. You know, people do get exhausted. They do go to sleep.
4 hours is not a great night's sleep, so really don't care about that. I mean, you're doing good. Actually, I appreciate
up and down with the baby all night. You know, having to feed it, change it. You know, you guys know how that goes. You know the routine. You get tired. You go to sleep.
Okay, so let's go back to these sheds, because I'm hearing too much about sheds. I've heard Mary talk about it, Jeannie talk about it. You lived in non-shed with other people and other children, and everybody was rushed out of there and children were taken. That's very important. Okay?
Yes.
No one's just going to show up. Let's just say I'm outside with my granddaughter in the shed, just walking around. They're not going to yank me out and take her. That won't happen. What was going on at that house and in that shed?
There wasn't nothing going on in that damn shed. I didn't stay at the Wells house all day long in that shed. I would get out, move around, go to the park, go wherever I went to go visit friends. You know, it wasn't like I stayed continuously in that shed. I slept in that shed.
Okay. And Dawn is big about sheds. We know that. My question is,
he likes those sheds. There is something about the sheds with Donnie. I don't know if it's a comfort zone. I don't know if he does god-awful things in those sheds. That man never went out to that shed. The whole time we were there, he did not go out to that shed. Period. Pam Wells did not go out to that shed.
Okay, so how did everyone in the shed eat?
I would go up to the churches to go eat.
Okay. Ooh, what kind of food? Did they make that good potato casserole? I love that at church.
Girl, they make all kinds of good food up there at that church.
Okay. So why were the children really removed?
I was homeless, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I found out 2 weeks later, that Francis was when Francis would take the kids up to the church, the man was arrested from the church. That man had never been down to the Wells' house. He was up at the church when he got arrested. When he got taken in, when he got questioned, they arrested him. Now, who all they in questioned over that, I don't know. I was going through all of this court stuff. I was stressed out. I was going through court. I was trying to do what I needed to do. What was best for me and my child was to get up out of the streets. My child was already removed. My child had a good life. Okay? He did. He had a good life. And he's still got a good life. You know?
Now hold on.
But,
when you were at church getting food, is that when they got your children?
no. They came straight to the house. And they took all 3 of the children.
Okay. Now, I mean, I don't want...
There was nothing said, anything about any trafficking going on or anything like that. So let me just put it out to you there, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I'm not
exactly. I do know. Hold up. I do know that Francis had an open case. Why? I don't know. All I know is 2 weeks after those children were taken, a man was arrested. Nobody said anything about any sexual thing, about anything going on with any child the whole time me and James was there with that baby. Because you know what? If they would have, I would have never had my child there. I am not fucking stupid.
I don't think so. I don't think so. But all the children were taken, and being homeless is not a crime, and living in someone's...
Well, you have to ask Frances why her child was taken.
I know why, because her child was penetrated by an adult male.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Because, you know what? Greg had Brittany out by a fucking trampoline in the middle of the night trying to get him to suck her off. A little bitty girl. Okay?
So don't...
A little bitty girl.
Don't sit there
And
and
that's
tell me
pretty
you don't
bad.
know why the kids were taken. Don't tell me.
Now, I don't know why. Girl, I don't know. All I know is they had an open case on them. An open case.
Cases are always open. Investigations are always going on. But we know the probable cause. So you're in a shed where babies are being abused. And you're telling me...
And Frances should have removed that man from her babies. Frances knew, if Frances knew that was going on with her children, she should have got rid of that real quick and kicked that to the curb.
You were
and got a divorce
too. You were in the shed too, and you continued hanging out with Pam and Dawn. Now, my question is, where are Frances's children? Because they were reported missing.
Bullshit. That's a fucking lie. Francis's children were not reported missing. Francis's children were taken away by DHS.
I believe everything I read on the internet. So who reported Francis's children and Greg's children missing?
I don't know. I never knew anything about that.
Okay.
All I know is DHS snatched those children up.
Well, they don't really snatch kids up. They really don't.
Well, they took them away from them. They put them in DHS. Greg and Francis got those kids back. And I think it was due to Donnie and Pam having that house. They got those kids back. DHS went and retook those kids again.
Fine by me. Okay, so let's go back to 2021 when you talked to Dawn, Candace, and Pam.
I didn't talk to Dawn in 2021. I talked to Pam in 2021. The last time I seen Dawn was before I had seen them up there at the church. Was right before Pam and Candace went to Tennessee.
Okay, so Francis was with Greg. Okay, not my Greg, not my husband. But now she's rubbing elbows with Chad Arnold. Do you find something weird about that?
Whoa, what?
Yeah. And
Francis?
Yeah, and Candace saw Chad that day.
No, whoa, this is like, okay.
All we're trying to do is
Candace
puzzle pieces. It has really nothing to do with you. I mean, and Candace, I mean, she won't see anything. She won't see anything. She won't say anything. But no, Francis is very good friends, I will say, with Chad Arnold. Okay. I was hoping you would explain it so I wouldn't have to. Okay.
Girl, I don't know nothing about all that.
They have an OnlyFans where they 69 each other. God, thank goodness I wasn't invited to that party. It's disgusting.
That's disgusting.
All right, so let's
I do know that I was like looking on YouTube, and I do know that for some reason, okay, Andrew Hiltz was involved with these people that Candace and Donnie knew from Tennessee. I don't know if that's when he went to Tennessee and he met all these people, you know, and they hooked up, and somewhere down the line, I think it was like Andrew's family lived in Tennessee, supposedly, and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know nothing about Andrew Hiltz, but, you know, but I do know that Killer Looks, he had it like a circle where Andrew Hiltz knew all these people.
Yeah, Killer Looks, he's a really cool kid. I cannot believe what happened to him a few months ago. It's horrible. And yeah, he gives a lot of information. Okay, so let's go back.
And it's like a ring, you know. That, what you just said about all those people knowing each other.
Well, it is a ring. It's a ring of pedos.
Oh, my fucking God.
I mean, it is. I mean, good Lord. It is a ring of pedos. That's why all these people know each other. It takes a long time to put it together. So let's go back to the shed. I want to know where you slept.
I slept on a little cot.
Okay. And where did you
the baby was in the bassinet next to the cot.
Okay.
That's where he slept.
And where
he slept in that bassinet.
I got that part. Okay, so where did Greg and Francine and their children sleep in Dawn's shed?
They had a different bed in the back there. You know, it was like you got up and you walked straight back to Greg and Francis's room. You know, they slept back there with all the kids. Brittany and Gregory.
Okay, so
you know, because Brittany and Gregory didn't have their own little room set up. Okay.
So 7 people are in the shed, and there was a kitchen sink, but you had to go into Dawn and Pam's to pee, and you went to the church to eat.
Yeah, they didn't have the bathroom hooked up. They didn't even have a bathroom in there. The bathroom was inside the house.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, thank goodness they let you go in and use the bathroom. So they had like a back room. Greg and Francine.
Yeah, it was like if you go in, okay, it's like putting a garage together to make it into an apartment. Okay, you put in the kitchen sink. You like
And was this
do your little living room area. I think the bed, the first one, was like a living room area. Okay, and Greg and Francis's room was back there in the back. They slept with the kids back there.
Okay, so I want to know about the day that Department of Human Services took all the children. Was it at church, in the shed, at Dawn and Pam's house? What happened?
Well, whenever they had called me, somebody had gave them the wrong address, okay? So they had called me. They come out. I was in the house talking to Pam. Somebody had said the police and DHS was out there, so I went out there and I talked to DHS. You know, they went back there. I took them back there and they were looking around in the shed back there. And it was like they brought Camden out to me because he was laying in the bassinet. They wouldn't let us take the kids out. So they brought Camden to me and I was sitting on a trampoline feeding him. Okay. Greg and Francis's kids were back there. You know, they had the kids back there with Greg and Francis back there. And it was like they took all three of the children, and after they took the children, Pam Wells blamed me for the children being taken. No, that was her daughter's fault, that her children were taken. Okay.
Now, which daughter of Pamela Wells?
Francis.
Okay. And she's the one that communicates with Chad Arnold. I got it.
Yeah.
What I'm asking is a simple question. When were all the children taken and where were you?
I was standing outside the shed whenever the kids were taken. I was talking to the police. No, the police had already left. I'm sorry. Police had already left. I was sitting out there talking to the DHS worker.
Okay, I have a news article. I'm not talking about your newborn, the other children. Why were they so malnourished?
Probably because they wasn't getting fed.
Well, I got that part. If everyone goes to church to eat for free, why are these children malnourished?
I have no idea. They had plenty of food in the refrigerator. I mean, they didn't look like they were malnutrition to me.
I want to know, what do you think alerted Department of Human Services to come to the shed and get all the children?
Because I was telling them that the kids lived back there in that shed. The kids were in the shed. They asked me where the kids were. And I told them where Camden was back there in the shed.
Hold on.
They walk back there. They find Greg and Francis and the kids back there in that shed. You know. And they seen that there was no space. I guess they seen that there was no space in that shed. You know. It was horrible back there, Brooks. I'm telling you, there was no room back there really for anything, you know.
And by the way, people talking about Andrew is an idiot. Okay, I get a hoot out of Andrew. He's always got something to say, but nothing to do. He can talk a good game. I mean, he really can. I'm still trying to picture this shed, though. So you and your newborn were on a cot, and your newborn had a bassinet.
I was on the cot. My newborn was in a bassinet
Okay.
beside the cot.
I got you. I got you. I'm just trying to picture it. Just give me a minute to process.
Girl, you wouldn't even.
Okay.
It was something else. You know, you wouldn't even want to try.
And then
to
Greg
picture something.
and their kids were in the back of the shed.
Yes, and they all three slept on one bed.
Okie doke. Gotcha. Okay. So have you ever thought about contacting Tennessee Bureau of Investigation or Hawkins County with this information? Because to be quite honest, I believe you 100%.
I haven't really gave it a thought, you know, but now that you say something about it, you know, I can talk to one of the detectives about it or whoever, and I guess I would have to go through TBI, you know, because all of this crazy stuff with the wells, all these people trying to figure out what's going on, you know, I can only give them my side of the story from years ago, from the kids being taken away, you know, and that's it. You know, I don't know any further thing from there. And I'm being honest, I don't, you know.
Okay, well, let's figure something out. I mean, goodness, this is absolutely insane.
You know, the police hasn't came to me for any kind of information.
Because you haven't called them. We're going to call them right now.
I mean, what information would they need?
I don't,
That all these people really are? They already know. I guess.
Good morning, Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. How may I help you?
hello, I'm calling about the Summer Wells case. I'm talking to a woman. Okay,
Hold on.
I want
Let me get you over to the missing persons unit.
Thank you so much, and I want a real person.
Okay, well, I'm going to transfer you to the missing persons unit.
Okay, it's very important.
Oh, I hear you.
Okay. Good God. One thing to do. You answer the fucking phone and put me through to someone. Goodness. Isn't this sad? This is
You mean you can actually talk to somebody?
This is our taxpayer dollars.
You can actually talk to somebody?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you give me 2 more seconds, I'm going to get you over there, okay?
Oh, thank you so much, sweetheart. This is very important.
Uh-huh.
Oh, God. Not Tom Jones.
TBI missing person.
Hello, my name is Brooks, and I'm speaking with a wonderful woman, and she used to live in Don Wells' shed in Arkansas, and she has very interesting information that could possibly help with the Summer Wells case.
Okay. What information do you have?
Go ahead, honey.
Okay, I lived in the shed back in 2005 when the wells were in Arkansas. Okay, there were some children that were removed from the shed. Okay, Don Wells has always used the shed for, I don't know if it's a security thing. I don't know what it is. But anyway, these children were removed from the shed. Okay. My child and Don Wells's ex-wife's daughter and her ex-husband lived in the shed. There were 3 children that were removed. Okay. And as y'all all know, I'm sure that you guys know that these people were addicted to drugs and stuff like that. Okay. This was like years and years ago. But the children were removed. And we have all been trying to figure out all this stuff with Summer's case. You know, everybody's been out here on YouTube trying to find answers, trying to find everything that we can find, you know, as to what happened to Summer. Okay.
Okay.
This baby
the PBI didn't call you. We're calling them for you to tell her.
I know, Brooks. I'm trying to explain to this lady.
Yeah, she didn't
Okay.
YouTube. She's a professional. Go ahead.
Anyway,
Tell
these children in Arkansas were removed from a shed. So,
All right, I'm sorry. Repeat that last sentence.
there were 3 children when Donnie and Pam Wells lived in Arkansas that had children that was removed from a shed that lived inside of Don Wells' shed. Okay? Don and Pam Wells' shed that were removed.
Okay, got that part.
Okay? 2 weeks later, this man was put in jail for like sexual assault on these children. Now, what this has to do years ago with Summer Wells' case, I don't know. Okay? Maybe it's a gateway to help get answers to what happened to Summer. I don't know. You know, I wish to God that these people would tell the truth about what happened to Summer.
Well, so does the agent. So you have to tell your truth, honey. Okay.
Okay. Well, mine, I was homeless. Okay. Pam Wells agreed to let me stay in the shed. Me and the guy that I was with, baby's daddy, stay in the shed. Okay. In the meantime, I seen all kinds of drugs and stuff like that ran in and out of that house. Okay. A woman was pulled over. Her vehicle was searched in the Wells' driveway. Okay. DHS had contacted me, asked me where I was, because some other person had contacted DHS. They were concerned, so they contacted DHS. Okay. DHS had contacted me. I took them back there, and I showed them where the kids were staying. Okay. Well, they take all of the children out of that shed.
Okay.
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 It's a lot of information. You met Candace when?
I met Candace at a homeless shelter.
Okay.
Okay.
And that was like years ago. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Years ago to me is, well, good.
Well, it was like, I don't know exactly what year it was. I think it was like 2004, maybe 2005, 2006, somewhere in there, you know.
Okay. And so, what about the sexual abuse that was happening in the shed?
Well, from the only thing that I know is that Greg McCorder was supposed to, and it is a whole article on it. They can look it up themselves. It was a whole article. They can contact police in Arkansas, you know. But supposedly, from what I understand, Greg McCorder had that little girl of his. He was trying to get him to do, like, give her like, do sexual things with him, you know, outside in the yard at a trampoline. I'm sure they got all that information, you know. I mean, y'all can contact the Arkansas police or whatever. They got it all down.
Okay, what county is it, honey?
It's Washington County.
Okay.
It's in Washington County.
Okay. And say that county one more time. I'm kind of having a hard time understanding.
It's in Washington County, Arkansas.
Okay. Okay.
Well, Greg McCorder was arrested and sentenced to prison. He was going around calling himself the Boogeyman and scaring all these kids with a mask. And it was just a horrible thing. You know what I'm saying? These people that you guys are dealing with are some bad people. And as far...
Do you have any contact with they made it to Tennessee?
I can't.
What?
I can't hear you, ma'am. So, I mean, this is very important information. What?
Yeah, did they have any? Did she have any contact with them when they made it to Tennessee?
Did you have any contact with them when they made it to Tennessee?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So, can I get a name and a callback number?
Oh, you can have my name and then I'll patch her in. My name is Brooks. And my phone number is 315, even though I live in Oklahoma. That's my husband's fault. 315-796-0317.
And Brooke, what is your last name?
Jones.
Okay.
You have to be kin to the Jones here in Arkansas.
031.
Okay, but this is very important information, and considering the news articles and how they're all connected, could be something, could be nothing.
Right, we're just trying to figure out.
I'll take this report and make sure that it gets to the agents that are on that case.
Okay, and I'll send Brooks my phone number. I'm not going to put it out here on YouTube. But I'll send Brooks my phone number, and she can transfer, or we can do like a 3-way call off of YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay.
Send me your phone number. Okay. So go ahead and tell her about when you met Candace Wells.
Oh, girl, she was homeless.
Okay.
She would find these homeless men to hook up with. She had a baby that was born in Arkansas that was taken away. The baby was taken away due to drugs being in its system. Okay. And that was before Josie was born. And it was a little girl. It happened to be a little girl. For some reason, Candace did not want girls. Okay. Her oldest one was taken away in Wisconsin. She was a girl. Then she had a little girl in Arkansas that was taken away. And then she had poor little Summer. You know, we've been trying to find out answers to what happened to this baby. You know, just like y'all have. You know, and it's frustrating. It's just been a big old mess out here on YouTube about Summer. You know, I don't know what kind of information that y'all have on Summer or anything like that. But I just wish that somebody out here would tell the truth about what happened to that baby. I really do. Because I feel that the Wells have taken this baby and done something to her. They've either harmed her and unalived her and put her somewhere, or they have taken her and trafficked her out and gave her to somebody that was god awful. Because Wells don't hang around people that are good, okay? They really don't.
Okay. Okay, so what you think is really not evidence. Okay, so what you really need to do is just tell her what you know.
What I know about the Wells are drug addicts, you know? Pam Wells came to me one time and told me that Donnie was trying to sell little Donnie, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that right there throws you into like when a parent is trying to sell its own child, okay, for drugs, then it throws it kind of like into some kind of trafficking thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Which could be what happened in summer. I don't know. I don't know exactly what happened. You know, I've just watched all this stuff go down on YouTube, and it's crazy.
I don't think she's really concerned about YouTube. She wants to
Right. I know that. But, you know, different people coming at them with different things that don't even know the Wells, turning in all these videos with the Wells up on the panels,
that's okay.
Stuff like that.
This woman,
that would be confusing too.
yeah,
But
it shouldn't confuse.
it is.
Okay. Let me ask the very, very nice agent from the TBI. Do you think that somehow this could be connected to Arkansas?
I'm not really sure. So I'm an analyst. I'm a criminal intelligence analyst with missing persons. So the information that I get will go to the agent on the case,
Mm-hmm.
and that is something that they would be able to connect or investigate from there. So just getting this information and contact information would be good for me just to send to them, and that's something that they would have to follow up on. So I'm not really sure since I'm not on that case. We usually get calls just about this day, and so it's just something that I have to get the information for. However, I know that your name is Brooke. What is the name of the reporter?
Of who? The reporter? Her name is Lisa Jetton.
And that last name, please?
Spell your last name, please, honey. This is about summer.
Jetton.
The Jetton?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I had that. And I have the number for you, Brooke. So you said that, if they reach out to you, you're able to reach out to Lisa to get this in. And I will go ahead and type this up and send this to the agents on the case. Okay.
Okay, that's wonderful. I think they're going to have, I think you, analysts, you have to know the dates and times that Lisa saw all those things. And it's very important.
Yeah.
Amazing that you're on the phone right now. I mean, please keep up the good work.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Just to start off, she said 2005, and then it ranged from 04 to 05 to 06. So I did put that down on there, and hopefully when the agents, if they reach out, they're able to do some type of connections and follow up with local law enforcement on that.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. And please keep up the good work. You guys are amazing. We don't have enough of you.
Yes. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Okay, so they took your police report.
Mhm.
Okay, so that is absolutely spectacular. Again, it could be something, could be nothing.
Right. I just want them to find Summer, you know? I mean,
Mm-hmm. Well, we can't find Summer, but the more tips they have, the more they get. Okay.
right.
If anybody wants to come up and have a convo, you're more than welcome to. Remember, the show is not about our guests, it's about Dawn and Candace. Okay. And I mean, there is no reason not to call the police. Never. Okay. I'm telling you right now.
Right.
And anyone that says, I wasn't paying attention, there is no reason not to call the police. Okay. Hey, what's going on, Ro?
Hello. I just want to ask, anonymous guest, did you not, after Summer Wells was missing, meet Don and Candace? You actually took a bus to Fayetteville to
I
meet
can't hear
Don
you,
and Candace?
Ro.
Yeah, you can.
You got so
Yeah,
much
you
to
can.
say, but I can't hear you.
Ro,
Oh, you don't want to answer that question, huh? You went to Fayetteville to meet them for fucking dinner after Summer went missing, and you brought your RSO fucking boyfriend. Deny it.
Oh my God, what is going on here? Okay, so hold on. Lisa, do you have an RSO boyfriend?
Come on,
Well,
Lisa,
no,
answer it.
that guy was gone like
that.
years ago.
Yes, 3 fucking years ago.
Oh my gosh.
Come on, Lisa. Come on, bitch. Where's the baby?
Do what?
Oh, okay.
Where's Summer, Lisa?
Okay, I'm going to remove you from the panel if everyone can't behave. Okay, I'm telling you.
Where's what fucking baby, bitch?
Summer. Where's Summer?
From the panel if everyone can't behave. Okay, I'm telling you.
Where's what
Okay,
fucking
please
baby,
turn
bitch?
off your YouTube. I mean, people are getting ridiculous.
Oh, I don't know. Why don't you tell me where the fuck Summer is?
I'm not the one meeting her family for dinner.
People are getting ridiculous.
Okay, this is like,
Why would you go meet them for dinner, Lisa, if you don't like those people and your child
I
lives
can't even
removed
hear
from their
that
house
stinker in her mouth
and all
anyway.
that essay happened?
But anyway, I turned that down
Mm.
so I can hear what you have to say.
Yeah, let's have a pleasant conversation. If not, you understand that our main moderator, Pat Kay, she gets real upset. And after
Okay, I'll ask it very nicely.
okay, please.
Lisa, when you took a bus
I'm
to Fayetteville to meet,
I'm talking right now, okay? Daddy's home. I'm talking right now. This is my living room, and I do not want Pat K upset with me. Okay? So I want simple facts, and either Lisa can answer them or she can't.
well,
Brooks, I'm gonna let you do your live.
No,
I will talk to
no, we
because I don't have time for bitches like this. Okay.
Ooh, I got it. I got it. Ro is a bitch, but I love her. Okay, so Ro, exactly when did Lisa go to Tennessee?
when Don and
Lisa ain't
Candace
ever
were
been
staying
to
in the motel in Fayetteville, Arkansas, she
So let
met
me
them
get that
there
straight.
for dinner. We just clarified that, Lisa. She asked you to be decent and lower your voice on her panel. You went, took
So
a
whatever
bus.
kind of garbage that ignorant bitch is listening to, they don't even fucking know me.
Lisa, you said it on multiple panels. You went and
That
met them
bitch
for
does
dinner.
nothing but come on YouTube causing trauma with every fucking buddy out there on YouTube running a goddamn
It's
mouth.
amazing. I'm causing drama when I ask a truthful question. Lisa, you're on footage talking about it over and over. You took the bus to Fayetteville with your gentleman friend who was a registered RSO who was trying to marry you. You met Don and Candace for dinner. Then we went back to the motel, and that's when you and Pam did the thing with the cops. So you deny all that now?
Keep talking, skank, because I can't hear what the fuck you're
Oh.
saying.
I'd much rather be a skank than a simp, baby.
Rose not a skank. Rose a very nice person. She's only been
Thank you,
nice.
bro.
And you're a very nice person too, Lisa. So, I mean, the question is, I mean, you were living in Donwell's shed, and prayers for you, baby. And, I mean, all these children.
And you know what? I wish to God that I never lived in that motherfucker.
I'm telling you.
There you go.
There you go.
They're fucking scumbags. That's all they are, Rose. They're fucking scumbags.
Then why did you go meet them for dinner
This crazy
years
shit
after?
to go on.
Years after this circumstance that you're now calling them
when the
scumbags
bitch
for.
came and come out and tell her own goddamn story about her own fucking daughter. There's something wrong.
You went and met them for dinner. They're such scumbags. You took a bus to meet them for dinner.
That know the Wells that don't even fucking. You come out here. You run your mouth. You don't even know these fucking people.
Lisa, you sat on panel after panel and said it.
Again, my show. All I'm going to say is we have a guest that knows the Wills. Either she can tell her truth or she doesn't have to. I am not accusing her of anything. So we don't need to talk over each other. Everyone needs to take it easy.
And bitch, I don't have to answer a fucking question for you anyway, Ro.
Okay, again, you didn't get the memo I just put out. You see, I want a civilized conversation. No one's accusing you of anything. What happened to your children is between you and your children, okay? So we need to quit that right now. But I do want to know, when was the last time that you saw Dawn, Candace, and Pam?
The last time I seen Dawn and Pam were in like 2000, right before they moved to Tennessee. Pam I seen after she come back to Arkansas.
Okay, so what about all those tents that Justin got for you? And
Justin didn't give me no goddamn tents. Let me tell you right motherfucking now. Justin Farrell, pull that motherfucker up here. He did not give me no damn tents from fucking Arkansas. He sent those goddamn tents to Candace.
Brooks, my job is done. I'm out.
Fucking go there with that stupid shit because I'll fucking pull that shit up in court too.
okay,
Fuck all of that shit.
oh,
Because you know what? Those tents were sent to Candace to a motherfucking motel that the ignorant motherfuckers got up here and lied on me and said that I went and fucking got. Prove that I went and got those motherfuckers, bitch. Prove it. Because I didn't get those goddamn tents. I had no motherfucking way to Springdale whatsoever.
You don't go to Springdale. I get it. I mean, it's what
I don't go to Springdale. I don't even like that motherfucker.
What is the jaunt between?
Before you start fucking judging me, trashy ass motherfuckers bringing goddamn bullshit out here that ain't even fucking true. You want to talk about court? Well, go to motherfucking court over it.
Yeah, I'm going to court today. Okay, so Rebecca Mickle.
Because I'll have those son of a bitches hook me up to a motherfucking lie detector.
We have
I ain't scared of that shit.
Yeah, we have.
But don't sit out here on a motherfucking YouTube channel accusing me of any motherfucking thing like that.
I know.
Because I ain't done a motherfucking thing to these goddamn wells.
Stop now, okay? We have a true victim up here, and this is Rebecca Mikolo. Her son, Corey, not her son, her grandson, was murdered by his father. I think she wants
Justin's ass up here. He want to talk about tents. She want to talk about tents. Justin sent those damn tents to Candace for that supposed woman that she probably wanted the tents for her own damn stuff so she could go camping or whatever.
Hey, Brooks, can you
I
hear
didn't
me?
know that fucking woman.
I
from
can.
Adam.
I can.
So let's not
All
even go there.
All right.
All right. Hey, I just wanted to come on and I just want to
Don't
say,
sit up here and accuse me of shit.
hey,
Oh,
lady.
get the fuck off of this son of a bitch.
no,
Okay.
hey,
Because you're not going to sit up here and accuse me of taking something that I didn't fucking take.
All right, simmer
You don't
down a
even
minute. Can I
fucking know
talk
you
for a
wasn't
minute?
there.
All
I
right.
had no way to Springdale to do
You
anything.
better show respect to Rebecca.
All right. I'm not here.
Rebecca.
I'm not accusing anybody of anything. I don't
Where
even
is
know
she at?
this
I don't
lady.
even hear her.
You
Hold
can't
on.
hear me?
Let me turn this thing up.
Oh, Jesus, Lord, help me. Anyway, Brooks, I want to just say I thought that was really cool that you
Yeah, I
made
can
that
hear you. Let me
call
mute this up.
and we
Let
got
me
to hear
look.
that call. That was amazing. I'm glad you did that on the show, and I'm so glad I got to hear it. That was great. To the lady who's on your panel talking, I'm sorry, I don't know her name. I guess she's an anonymous guest, whatever. I just wanted to, ask a question. Did she live on the Wells property in Tennessee where Summer went missing? I came in late, so I don't know. I didn't hear that part. Hello?
Lisa.
Hello?
Okay, Lisa, are you there?
No, ma'am, I did not live on the property that Summer was taken off of. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Can I ask you a couple more questions? When
taken off of. I'm sorry.
Okay, hold on.
more questions?
Hold on. I want everyone to understand who is on right now. And this is Corey Michelo's grandmother, and she's asking questions. Okay. Please do not disrespect Michelo's grandmother, and she's asking questions. Okay. Please do not disrespect Michelo's grandmother, and she's asking.
I don't know why I'm getting an echo, Brooks. It's really weird.
Oh, do you have your YouTube app on?
I do. I don't know why.
Yeah, I got my YouTube app on and this on, so I can
Anyway.
hear what this lady is saying.
So I just wanted to know if you were still friendly with Don and Candace when Summer went missing. To know if you were still friendly
Okay, someone's got to turn off their TV.
No, ma'am, I have nothing to do with Donnie and Candace and want nothing to do with Donnie and Candace.
Someone's got to turn off their
It's
Yeah, I don't
running
know.
in my background because I'm on a different platform, so it's going to echo.
Oh, okay. So
Okay.
you weren't friendly with them at the time.
No, Lisa, we're on Facebook. You don't need YouTube up.
You weren't friendly with them.
So you can turn it off. We're on Facebook. You don't need YouTube.
Oh, well, I can't hear her. Okay, then I'll shut YouTube off. Anyway.
I'm sorry. I feel like I came on here and messed
And
up
I'll
the whole show.
No.
You know, I'm tired of people accusing. You don't even, you just don't even have any idea. Okay? I don't live at the Wells' property anymore. I haven't lived at the Wells' property, and I could give a damn less about those people.
Okay.
Now that was my
All
question.
I want is
I wasn't
to
sure.
find answers to what happened to Summer, just like everybody else, because
Right,
this is crazy out here.
That was my question.
You get
I
people
wasn't sure.
that
Can
don't
she hear
even
me or not?
physically know these people that are coming up on panels talking.
Brooks,
But
can
when
you
you
hear
come
me?
out and you tell the truth, nobody wants to listen. Nobody.
Can anybody hear
And
me?
it's
I don't know if
frustrating.
anybody can hear me.
If you don't believe me, don't sit here and listen to what I'm saying.
Okay, I just sent you a StreamYard link so you can be part of the show, and so you're not part.
Okay.
You're not part of Facebook anymore. Okay, so I'm going to cancel this, and I want to talk to Rebecca. Okay. So Rebecca, was I a horrible person for?
I can't hear you. It cut out. I don't know why. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Okay.
Okay.
She's popping up everywhere. Okay. So was I a horrible person for calling, Tennessee Bureau of Investigation?
No, because I feel like if this lady had information, even if it was 10 years ago or more, it's just, in my opinion, it shows the kind of people the Wells are. And it was pertinent information involving children. And, I think it is worth being looked into and, seeing what happened back then. I just thought, I came into the show a little bit late, so I heard the woman talking and I thought she lived on the property when Summer went missing. So that's what I was trying to ask her that, but apparently she did not. So, but I wondered if she remained friendly with Don and Candace. Did they call her and say, "Oh my God, Summer went missing"? Like, did she have any phone calls with them or any kind of communication
Okay,
after
now
Summer
I
went
can
missing?
hear.
Okay, now you can ask her questions.
Oh, yeah, I just want, I think you kind of answered it, that you were no longer friendly with them, because I was wondering if after Summer went missing, did they reach out and say to you, "Oh my God, Summer's missing"? I didn't know if you had any
No, ma'am.
communication
No,
with
ma'am.
them.
How I
And,
found out that that little girl was missing was through Don Wells' ex-daughter-in-law. Okay? That's
right.
how I found out that Summer was missing. And then I talked to a friend of mine, and she sent me a link to get up on YouTube,
Mhm.
and I watched Donnie on the news. Okay? And it
Had
was
you
talking
ever met
about
Summer?
Summer. No, ma'am, I've never met Summer. I've never
Oh,
seen this
okay.
little girl in my life.
Okay.
Never seen this little girl in my life.
Right. And I want
Period.
to ask another question, and if you don't want to answer, you don't have to, but has your current living situation improved, and do you have your children or child back? Are you doing better now?
No, my kids are overage now, and I live inside of a home. Okay.
Okay,
I
good,
have my own house. I live in my house, and I'm just fine.
good, very good. I'm glad to hear that.
Me too. Me too.
Very good. All right, that's all. I just had a few questions. Like, I apologize. I just came in late, so I didn't understand if she
No,
lived
it's
there,
okay. I mean, the TBI obviously took everything. They took a police report, so I mean, they have everything.
Yeah, yeah,
And
it's good.
I mean, there's no reason. I don't know why people are scared to call the
No, I
police.
have no reason to come out here and sit on a platform and lie to anybody. Okay.
Again,
Whatsoever.
again, for the millionth time, this is not about you. Okay.
Right. I know it's not about me.
I don't know why people come on panel. I mean, and they say it's not. I mean, I don't have no reason. I'm not saying that. I didn't have a
Because
show.
I'm tired of being called a damn liar. I mean,
Well,
you
I mean,
guys throw this out here.
tell you
This,
what. I'll tell you what. I mean, I went through hell in a handbasket back in 2021 with Rebecca and her daughter Bree and a bunch of crazy freaking people that accused them of everything. And it was
oh yeah.
one thing after another, wasn't it, Rebecca?
Oh yeah, I can tell you, I know what it's like to be bashed and made to look like a bad person. So I feel for you. I get it. I know. I still get it to this day. I get things, messages saying bad things about my family, and you just gotta. I find sometimes I go back at these people and fight with them for a few minutes, and sometimes I ignore it. I just don't let it bother me. But it's just, when you put yourself out there, you have to expect that these things are going to happen, whether they're right or wrong. It
Right. You're
happens.
right. You're right.
But like I said, I just wanted to know if you'd met Summer, if you lived on their property then. But your opinion, now this doesn't mean anything, it's just your opinion about Don and Candace. Do you think that they're capable of harming their daughter and making her go away?
Yes, I do. Yes,
And
I
is
do.
is is that based on something that you'd seen in the past? You don't have to answer if you don't want to. I'm just curious. And this isn't going anywhere. It's just here on this show. I'm not using it for anything. I'm just curious.
Yeah, it's like, I've never seen Candace be mean to children. I've just heard a lot of stuff on YouTube,
Okay, you didn't hear anything.
so
YouTube doesn't matter, baby. YouTube doesn't matter. Okay, let's
I
bring up.
have physically not seen Candace be mean to a child. No.
And what
Okay.
about Dawn?
Dawn? I
Have
don't
you
think
ever,
I've ever seen him beat on a child either.
what about anything else? Any weird
I know that
behaviors
they do have weird behaviors. Donnie does have very weird behaviors, yes.
involving children or just in general?
Just in general. Everything. You
Yeah.
know?
So
That's
it,
why I can't say I can honestly say I cannot sit up here and say he was sexually molested in Summer. Because
right,
I don't know that for a fact.
right.
Hey, is this hey Brooke, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Um did is this Lisa jetting up here? Is one of them?
I believe it is. I'm Rebecca, but I think we're speaking with Lisa. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Hey Lisa, I wasn't watching or anything, but I just wanted to make clear something that we could get this straight. Was you calling me a liar that I didn't buy any tents?
No, what I said was
Okay,
you
let's get
bought those tents for Candace. You said that I went and got those tents. I didn't go get those tents, Justin.
I no, I don't know, but I've got the receipts right now. I made sure I pulled them up. So, and I can tell you the address that I sent them to. It's been 2023, and I've got the shipping address and all of them. Actually, they were sent to uh the hotel or whatever, that motel that they were living at, and it went to the main lobby and they got them.
They got them. You heard that come out of Justin's mouth. They got them.
Yeah, nobody said you got them. Nobody said you got them, Lisa.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, it was said that I got them, but I did not get those tents.
Oh, Justin, I must apologize because I did not put any money in for that. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, no, you're fine. I mean, that was my idea anyways. I felt just bad for those kids that was
So, Justin, I
without.
didn't even know about those kids coming up missing. They ain't nobody said anything about any kids coming up missing out of Springdale. None whatsoever. I didn't even know that woman, and I didn't know those children.
Well, I don't know. I didn't know them either. I just knew that they were supposedly outside there in that
And in
parking
my
lot.
opinion, there ain't nobody got any kids and snatched them and a woman up out of that motel. Nobody even knew anything about any of that. Everybody called. Everybody called.
I think they were transients, is what I think that they
And that's
were.
what I think too.
I don't think that they were kidnapped or anything like that. I think they were probably down on their luck, and all of that. But Brooke, I have the receipts here. And hold on, give me a second. I hope it doesn't knock me off. I'm on my phone. 1 second.
Okay. I
Could
mean,
y'all still hear me?
yeah, I'm really not worried about your receipts. I already know.
They were sent June 19th, 2023.
And Candace and
1394 West Sunset. I can email it to you if you want.
no, I'm good. I've already seen it before. We've already talked about this. It's okay, boo.
Okay.
But I do know that the tents were given to someone on the panel.
Well, they wasn't given to me. I'm sorry.
No, they were sent to that Sunset 1394 Sunset, which is where Candace was at. It was sent to the main lobby. Candace got the fucking tents. She
Mhm.
just pretended
Probably
like, and
lied to Justin and Daisy and all of them. to get those tents.
She
To
did.
do no
She
telling
sold
what with
them
those
or
tents.
did whatever she did with them. She's just a piece of shit. That's all it is.
She's a piece of
She
shit.
sold the fucking thing.
Well, that's
And Justin takes out of his time and his money to thinking that these people are actually homeless. Nobody even knew that they were homeless until Candace was up there on the panel running their mouth about this woman being homeless and needing all this food that she couldn't even show Justin those receipts for. All these cards and stuff that she kept getting from all these people and from Walmart and stuff like that. You know, oh,
She
I'll
got
send you the
stacks of them.
receipt.
Why did
But don't sit there.
why did Candace say they were for you, Lisa?
That wasn't for me. I didn't even know
She
that
lied.
they were for me.
She lied about
She's a
that.
damn liar.
She lied about that. She said, I do remember she saying something about Lisa and the tents or something like that, but it wasn't. It was just Candace lying. She's just a fucking liar. That's all it is.
Oh, that's pretty much it. I mean, I think we all got that down.
So I have a question, if you don't mind me jumping in here again.
This is Clutch Them Pearls, my friend Justin. And by the way, he should cover your grandson's case, Corey.
Oh, well, that would be great. But so my question is this, because I don't get to follow these cases as much as I'd like because I have my own drama. Where are Candace and Don Wells now? Are they still together? Is anybody looking for Summer anymore? Or have we all forgotten? I mean, I know we haven't because you're here doing a show about it, but what is the status of her missing persons case? Does anybody know? Is it still an active open case? Or are they
It's still an
actively?
active open.
Absolutely active. We just talked to the TBI. Lisa gave a statement. They're continuing their investigation with Van Hill Road. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I mean, how many, it's been several years. This happened around the same time as my grandson's case came up, I believe. It's been several years, right?
Yes.
Wow.
And okay. Justin said he'll be right back. Well, Lisa, no one is dogging you. I'm not saying you did anything wrong. I mean, you might have done something wrong, but that's your business. But about Summer is a totally different story.
Right.
Right. No, ma'am. I did not know that little girl. Period.
And you hadn't been in
Never been
contact
to the
with,
Wells house out there on that hill.
and you had no
Justin
contact.
even said that was horrible out there.
Lisa, you had no contact when Candace was getting these tents or these gift cards and stuff. You weren't in contact with her. You had no dealings with that. I'm just asking. I'm not accusing.
No, Candace had contacted, well, a friend of mine contacted Candace because I found out that Candace was looking for me. Okay. I don't know why. I don't know what her deal was. I found out that Candace was looking for me. It's just insane, you know? And then all these lies are thrown out here, you know?
Did you ever contact her when you found out she was looking for you? And when was she looking for you? Do you remember what year that was?
It was the same year that Justin sent those tents to her because Candace had contacted, well, this girl contacted Candace because Candace was trying to contact me. I heard she was in chat threatening to kill me, threatening to cut me up, bury me, whatever it was. I searched these chats. I couldn't find nothing on it. Okay. Well, I brought this to Candace's attention and it was like, oh, well, I didn't say that in chat. You know, and then she wanted a prayer vigil on the 15th. She wanted a prayer vigil, a little bitty prayer vigil for us to go out and do all these things way back in the old days that we go get on the bus and go here and there, you know.
You saw her in Springdale and you went to Tennessee for the prayer vigil. She called you when Summer disappeared.
That's a damn lie. How am I going to get to Tennessee with no way?
Oh, I
No,
thought you just said that she contacted you and wanted to do a vigil. No?
she was in Arkansas.
In
Arkansas.
Why?
Springdale, Arkansas.
Why would you
When
have
Summer's vigil come up?
Arkansas when she disappeared in East Tennessee and they're searching Van
I
Hill?
was in Arkansas. When Candace contacted me, I was in Arkansas.
And she wanted to do a
Never
vigil
left
in
Arkansas.
Arkansas, or she was doing it in Tennessee?
Her and Donnie were in that motel. Okay. She wanted to meet up with me to go do all this little crazy stuff. And then she wanted to go over to the Dollar General, get all these candles and stuff like that. Didn't want it videoed. Okay. Did not want it videoed. Didn't want it put out there. Okay.
So remember a little bit ago, when I first came on here, I asked you if you'd had any contact with her during the time that Summer went missing or after, and you said you hadn't talked to her, but I guess you have.
Oh, I'm sorry. That Springdale thing that she contacted me when she was in Springdale.
Okay. After Summer went missing.
Yeah, that was after
Okay.
years
And
after Summer went
can I
missing.
ask you, what did she say to you? She calls you and she says, "Oh my God, Summer's missing."
No, I asked her about that because I
Okay.
seen it up on YouTube. So she needs to get her shit straight. She needs to get her facts straight. Stop
So
going around
what
telling
did you
lies.
ask her, if you don't mind telling
Because
me?
I asked her exactly what happened.
And what'd she say?
And she told me the same story that she'd been telling all these people, that they went to the lake, they went to Sonic, they went here and they went there, and they went back home. Candace left Summer in the car to get groceries out of the car, got her out of the car, walked her up to Candace's house, or over to the house, I'm sorry, over to her house. You know, why are you going to have to walk your child to your house?
I don't think you had that conversation with her. When did she call you and how did she get your number since you didn't communicate after they left?
On Messenger. The girl contacted her on Messenger.
Oh, we don't.
Facebook Messenger.
Super duper. There's a lot of ways to communicate with people. So she contacted you to say that Summer was missing.
She did not contact me to tell me that Summer was missing.
Okay, so you're just filling pieces in together because you're confused. I get it. All right, so or you're not. I don't know. I can't speak for you.
Right.
I wanted to know what happened to Summer. So when Candace was looking for me and we got in contact, the girl that I was talking to, I tell you how this started, okay? I seen this deal up on YouTube about this Jackie Dobbs thing. I freaked out. I called this girl. Me and this girl was talking. Candace had already been looking for me, apparently, according to Donnie's ex-daughter-in-law. She told me Candace was in Springdale in a motel, okay? That she was looking for me.
Okay, that's fine by me. That's fine by me. I mean, again, this is about Summer, not about you and not about who you talk to.
Okay, but you're wanting to know, so I'm explaining it to you.
Listen,
okay.
I have people's phone numbers. I have Rebecca's. It's not a crime. It's not a crime.
I have never seen this girl, and there ain't nobody gonna put me out there like I seen this little girl. Okay? Nobody.
Okay, but you and Candace met for dinner. And
me and Candace met up. Okay? She wanted to go to the park. We ended up meeting up at the church. Okay? Her and Donnie got out of the car.
Okay, I want you to take a deep breath so everyone understands. Just please take a deep breath. There's no reason to be defensive.
No, nobody's
accusing you
of stuff that I'm not doing.
We're not. I can assure you, I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm just trying to understand the mindset of the parents of the missing little girl, and that's why I was asking you. So they get out of the car at the church. Then what happens?
They walk up to this table that I'm sitting at. Candace is not saying nothing to me. Donnie's over here staring a hole through me, making me feel very uncomfortable. You know?
And at what point did Summer come up? Did they talk about her? I mean, she'd already been missing, so I would assume that that
Donnie
would be.
said, I asked Donnie about the thing with. Okay, let me chill out for a second, okay? So I can think, so I can get my thoughts together, okay? Donnie said that if Summer was found, they wouldn't get Summer. DHS would get Summer.
Okay.
My concern was about that baby, not everything, all that crazy stuff that was going on.
Okay.
I wanted to know the truth about what happened to that baby. And I couldn't get it out of Candace, and neither can anybody else. Because all she's going to do is just talk crazy.
I understand you being aggressive and being defensive because you know a lot of stuff, and it's a lot of things for people to wrap their mind around. I've had conversations with people before that have gone through horrible things, and they're constantly on the defensive mode. Okay.
Right.
I mean, they really are. I mean, if not, they just go, I already told you that. I've already done that. Can someone put Corey's playlist in here? Okay, so you do know that 3 people came up missing from that hotel, and they were children in Springdale, Arkansas.
Did not know that anybody came up missing from that motel.
Okay, I just read it in the news. That's all I know.
Are
That's
they
a lie.
somehow affiliated with the Wells family? I'm confused.
I have no idea. Didn't even know anything about it until it was brought out to YouTube.
Oh.
Well,
Didn't even know that woman.
I think
Didn't even know that children. Never seen that woman and her children in my life, except for when she was popped up there on that panel. Candace sitting up there on the stairs talking to her, turned around and whatever she was saying to her.
Okay.
I've never seen that woman.
Okay, what about the children in the shed where you lived?
What about them?
So there were 3 kids in the shed, including yours, correct?
No, ma'am, that was 2.
2. I thought I heard 3. I don't know why I thought that. So
That was
one
my
was yours.
child and 2 other children.
So that's 3. 3 children total.
Yes, 3 children that were taken out of that shed.
Okay. And so you were staying in that shed, obviously, because you needed somewhere to be. And I guess you had an arrangement with Don to stay there on his property. So somebody called DHS.
No, I had that arrangement to set up with Pam, and she's the one that said that I could stay there.
Okay. So then somebody made a call to DHS, and they came out and removed the children, all 3 of them, including your baby?
Yeah, both of the children, including my children, all 3 of the children were removed, yes.
And their reason was because of the living conditions, or did they give you a reason?
Well, I was homeless at the time.
No, you weren't homeless. You were in the shed. You had roof over you. You had
Okay,
a
well, I was in the shed. Okay, well,
so that one guy.
You know what? Fuck all y'all. I'm getting off of here.
What? We were just trying to piece it together. Nobody's accusing you.
No one's
of
accusing
anything. No, I'm just, listen, I'm just trying to understand, like, I have an issue with DHS, not with you. And did she go away already? Is she listening? I guess she left.
I guess. Let's see if prayer warden will come up.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I screwed up the show by coming in. I just had questions.
No, you didn't at all. I mean, nothing makes sense, but the court records show, I mean, their timeline. I mean, every bit of it.
Right. I mean, at first, I asked this lady, had she had any contact with them since Summer went missing, and she told me no, but then yet in 2023, she did, apparently. So that's what, when you get your detective hat on, you say, well, wait, you just told me that you had no contact, but now you're saying you did. You start, I mean, you can't help but ask the question again, right?
It's a
You know?
question. All they can
Yes,
do is answer. That's all they
right,
can do is answer. I mean, it's not our life, right, baby?
right.
All right, Aunt Sherry's in the background. Okay. Aunt Sherry, what do you think about this?
Well, I think screaming and yelling over each other and not staying on point, and you can get your point across without yelling, screaming, cursing, and stay on point, which is the shed, not everybody else's life. Just like you said, it's not about YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about a particular topic.
Hmm.
So if some of these people need to take public speaking so they'll understand how
Oh,
to make.
you missed Rebecca in the old days when Corey's case was going on. She was a screamer. So
I had to be. Nobody could hear me.
mhm.
I'm
um,
sorry that happened, Brooks. I really am sorry people do that to you and do it on your channel. I'm sorry.
I think it's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine. I mean, people have to get their point across however they want to do it. I'm very fine. But there's like too many inconsistencies and too many things she knows about Dawn Wells and Pam Wells and Candace. I'm not saying she did a damn thing to Summer. I'm not saying she ever saw Summer, but I think what she's scared about is the fact that I called the TBI and there's a police report now.
Had this lady ever been interviewed before, Brooks? The one that was on panel before by the police prior to you making the call today?
Nope. Nope.
No.
She has never reached out one time. She said it today.
Good morning. Good morning, Rebecca.
And
Oh,
I'm getting
hi.
Do you know who Rebecca is, Aunt Sherry?
No, I really don't, but it's nice to meet you.
Her
It's nice
grand
to meet you. I hope I wasn't yelling and screaming too much. I hope you weren't
Uh,
referring to me.
you weren't the primary one, I'll tell you that.
I was just trying to talk over her because she wasn't hearing me. So I was just
Right.
nicely trying to ask her to shut up a minute so I could talk. I'm sorry.
Yes, I understand. Some people just don't have manners. They just don't. And they don't
Yeah,
know how to carry on a conversation without screaming, yelling, cursing, and stuff like
right.
that.
No, I
So,
get it.
But
and
there's
saying,
something about dinner with Candace and then the hotel that really freaks her out. There's a lot of stuff going on. And again, I'm not saying it's got anything to do with Lisa. I know how Dawn and Candace use people.
I've never met those two characters ever. But I think I have an opinion about the shed, since that's what our topic is. The
Mhm.
shed, the shed, the shed. I said this in chat, and I firmly
And
believe
that's
that.
what I wanted her to stick with because she lived in a shed in Arkansas. She talks about all these sheds. Is this about Summer or about, your life? I don't know. If you want to do a show about yourself, I've got all day. Well, I don't say all day, but I mean, she really needs to figure something out. This is about Summer.
Correct. And the sheds.
Mhm.
And the shed, in my opinion, was an exchange place. In my opinion.
Well, Chris McDonough said it for years.
Yeah, I think a lot of stuff happened in those sheds, and my reasoning for questioning her about it was it's, way back then these things were happening. So obviously, I mean, that behavior doesn't change because they moved to a different state. You know what I mean? So
Correct.
I was trying to ask questions regarding what, she knew Dawn and Candace apparently, right? So
Mhm.
I was trying to get an idea of the kind of people they are. She knew them up close and personal. She lived in a shed on their property.
I wonder,
And
wonder which shed it was because there are several.
well, I don't know. This was apparently a really big one because
Oh, this
all
is in
these,
Fayetteville, Arkansas. Fayetteville, Arkansas, where she lived.
yeah, but I mean, she
Okay.
talked about the shed there was a room in the back for a family with their 2 kids, and then she was there with her baby. So, I mean, I have a shed on my property. I can fit a lawnmower and a snow blower in, but I don't know how big of a shed they're talking about. And, but that's, I guess, not the point. It's just what happened in those sheds, who was living in there, how many people came and went.
And that's the whole thing. I've been asking for years, and I finally got her on the hook. And guess what? I mean, nothing. And Cat OG, what are you doing putting money in here? You crazy?
Thank you, Kat. You're a sweetheart.
Mhm.
Thank you on behalf of this whole channel.
And I feel really bad that Justin, sent me all these receipts for the tents. I wasn't worried about that. I mean, I know who got the tents. I'm not stupid.
Right.
What happened to Justin? He came up for just a flash.
He's probably busy. I don't know.
I don't know. I just wondered. He and I get along fine. Great.
Everyone loves you, Aunt Sherry. So, oh boy, this is a lot of information. Shed,
Yes.
shed, 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 shed. Whew.
Yeah.
I just thought it was kind of funny that the lady that was on panel denied having any contact with that family after Summer went missing, but then yet she did have contact with them. Like, why do you lie about that? And I don't want to accuse her of lying, but she straight up did lie. Did
She
she
straight,
not? I
she straight
mean,
up did lie.
yeah, because I asked her in one of my first questions, and she said she hadn't had any contact, but yet she did have contact. So why is that makes you start thinking, well, what does she know? Why is she lying about talking to them in 2023? Does she know something, right? Of course we're going to think like that. Or why else would she lie about having had any contact?
Mhm.
Now, Rebecca, this is what I call a normal conversation where people can exchange ideas
Right.
without screaming, yelling, or cursing each other.
Hold
Yep.
on real quick. I
That
need to
really,
ask everyone a
that,
question real quick. Aunt Sherry,
yes, babe.
Rebecca, who doxed anyone in this chat? I don't see anyone's real name, and I don't want to break your heart, but no one really cares about your real name.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Mod, I just got doxed and threatened in this chat. Where?
Not
Where?
by,
Where?
not by me.
Okay, I guess I'll go ahead and blame
I don't
some.
care if people know where I live. I tell them. I don't
That's
care.
how I am. If anybody wants to come knocking, I'm home.
Yeah.
I may or
I'm,
may not
I'll
be
be,
dressed appropriately, so.
I'll be ready for you with Flo. You know who
Mm-hmm.
Flo is. She's my side arm.
Yeah.
True Beat, can you look through the chat and see who doxed her and go into and have Kat look at she's the managing moderator. She can see if anything's been hidden.
Yeah, I haven't been following the chat because once I came
That's
up
okay.
on it, I don't know what happened.
It's really okay. I just saw something. Okay. So what happens in other chats, I could care less about. Okay. Lisa Jetton was, docs for the minute she started talking. Okay.
I think a lot of people know her voice.
Mm.
They've heard it. Well,
So,
going back to the shed. Shed, everywhere a shed. Locking up the scenery,
mhm.
messing my head. This is what it reminds me of that song.
Oh, Wild Bill is Bubba. That's fine. He can
Wild
dox.
Bill stayed in one of those sheds too, didn't he?
I don't really know. That's really not what I'm talking about today.
Oh, it might be
So
a different Bill.
I need to go through my notes. Okay. And I need to figure out what Lisa has said and put it together with all the news articles I have found. And if you all want, we can have a members live in like about an hour and a half and go through it, because I don't think for a minute she's lying. She might be covering things up. I don't think she has anything to do with children being missing. I really don't. I do totally believe she was.
Do you think there's some attention seeking going on here?
What?
Do you think there's some attention seeking going on?
Isn't everyone on YouTube? They want attention for whatever reason, whatever their cause is. What I look for is the attention helping a child.
If you dox somebody, don't you have to expose their address and where they live and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I'm not talking about that. Everyone knows my name and address. I could care less about that. Good Lord. So Lisa has kept in contact with Dawn and Candace. Okay. And Bubba, I mean, if you want to grab the link, you're more than welcome to come up, because tomorrow I've got a show about your sister that's going to rip your socks off. This whole show was about sheds.
Yeah, I think one of those sheds might have a cellar in it, actually. Because that's the way they did things, like they'd build a smokehouse and they would dig down into the earth so that they could keep fruits and vegetables cool underground. So I'm just wondering if one of those sheds, since there are several, let's say there's one below, there's one by the house, there's one over there next to the driveway. That's 3. Am I missing any in that area? That's a lot of sheds. Wouldn't you just love to go in them
No,
and see
no.
see for yourself?
Okay. Wild Bill True Crime said, my name is William. Okay. Oh, thank you, Janet, for the $5. Do you happen to know if a trafficking agent is involved in Summer's case? By the way, good show. I do not know. I do not know. The only case I know where a T3 FBI agent is involved is Madalena Kojakari. All right, so I'm going to get ready for the next show, and we'll get to the rest of the information. Okay, TBI has been advised, and I will see everyone, if you are a member, in about an hour. Okay.
Okay, Brooks. Love you, girl.
Love you too. And Rebecca, thank you so much. You are such an inspiration to everyone.
Yes, thank you for your kindness.
Her kindness.
Don't give in.
Because see, her grandson was killed, and she has worked her ass off, making sure he got justice. I'll tell you what, you never want to hook horns with Rebecca.
Well, I don't think Rebecca and I would have anything to disagree about, actually. I don't. But I look forward to seeing you in an hour, okay?
Okay. Do you have a membership or not?
I am a member. So I'll see.
You guys, this is absolutely amazing information. I did not realize all the connections, all the names. Rebecca, are you going to be there with, excuse me. Will you be there with me in about an hour?
I can be because I'm just lying here in the bed as usual. If you want me. But I would not impose.
It'll be just fine. I promise. It'll be just fine. Wild Bill wants the link to become a member. All right, so I will see you guys here in a little bit. Thank you, Mod Squad. I know it's been a little crazy today, but I think we got some hard truths. Right, Rebecca?
I think Rebecca may be knocked off or left, or I'm not sure.
I don't know. All right, I'm going to get the next show ready. I love you all. Thank you so much, Mod Squad. Thank you to new members. Thank you to everyone that gifted, long-term members, and most importantly, friends.